Okay. I think we're live now on Facebook. So good evening, IFNG. Good evening, everyone. So good evening, Sir J from World English. So
Evening.
tonight, we heard you guys. So for our general training module takers, so here is your writing task one from Sir J from World English. Take it away, Sir D.
Maraming salamat. Pwede bang mag-Tagalog? Dahil
Gora.
di, dahil di ako marunong mag-English, magtatagalog na lang ako. Okay? Just kidding. Okay, of course, you're dealing with an English test, Ielts, International English Language Testing System, so as much as possible English. Pero I think most of our audience is Filipino. So, and if it's easier in Filipino, I'm just gonna do that. Anyway, nothing to prove naman tayo. So, I don't need to prove how good I am. Pero I'm here today not because of myself, but because of you guys. So the IFNG leadership has heard your request, so they invited me, to help you pass your GT General Training IELTS test, a little bit, more easily, and of course, to help you get over some of your fears. Oh, I see some familiar people here. Okay. Mga estudyante ko, welcome, welcome. Okay, for those World English students, may klase tayo bukas, writing task 2, 8:30 ng umaga. Alright, pasok kayo. So anyway, nag-plug pa. Right, maybe we should begin with a short introduction for those who don't know me yet. Okay, so I'd like to share my screen. Oops, what happened there? So I'd like to share my screen with you guys. Kita po ba yung PowerPoint?
Yes, sir. Clear.
All right, thank you very much. Medyo kinakapa ako bago yung equipment. So naninibago ako. Okay, so welcome to our free IELTS lecture, okay, conducted by yours truly, Lee J. De Jesus, my company's World English Reviews. So we are CELTA certified. Okay, that's the Cambridge English Language Teaching to Adults. Okay, and my score for the test is I have a band 9. All right, and topic today is GT writing. A few weeks ago we were awarded as the 2020 #1 partner for Pampanga Central Luzon, and nationwide we are now #3. Even though we're a small company, I have to admit that. Okay, we only have like 2 branches. We don't have like 30 or 40 unlike other companies. Pero ganun pa man po, even though we're small, we're still very grateful that we received this recognition. And to be honest with you, I was a bit surprised. I was expecting to be #5 or #6, pero nag #3 tayo despite the COVID. So thank you for the support, guys. Thank you for the support of the students. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So some rules. I'd like to share some rules with you, right? So please type your questions in the chat box, comment box. Ask anytime. You don't need to wait until the end of the webinar to ask. Okay, if you have a question, ask it now. Baka makalimutan nyo pa. Okay, and I really appreciate questions. The challenge with webinars is mag-isa ka nagsasalita. Sometimes nakakapraning, it seems like nobody's talking to you. So if you have questions, I will gladly answer them as they are relevant. Okay, for those on social media, Facebook, okay lang. Just type your questions in the comments and the admins will relay them to me. All right. So enjoy the webinar. Don't hesitate to ask questions. It's free and your host is knowledgeable on the subject. For those who want information about our program, we will give them to you at the end of, or maybe somewhere in the middle of the session. So, kailangan din mag-promote paminsan-minsan. Next. So I am your speaker for today. Medyo payat yata ako dyan sa picture, no? I've gained some weight since then, specifically 10 pounds. So I started teaching in 2005. I teach IELTS, OET, English subjects. I'm also a teacher for the civil service exam preparation course. I've done some call center language training for companies here in my province in Clark, okay, Clarkfield. And what else? Oh, I forgot to add. By next month, I'll be teaching Kale and Selpit. Okay, so these are the Canadian English language test, okay, and the Canadian academic language test. So see you soon po doon. Yeah, for those who wish to go to Canada. My overall IELTS score is 9. Okay, and in fact, I've gotten that twice already. I'm civil service eligible, professional level. I have a CELTA certification. Yeah, of course. But my favorite qualification here is the one at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not blonde, obviously. Baka next month blonde na. I don't have a British accent. Okay, but I still got band 9 in speaking by some miracle. So kaya pala, no? Even though you don't sound like a foreigner, even if you're not spoken in English, it is possible to get a very high score in the IELTS test. Okay, so topic natin, writing task 1 GT. So yung mga academics, sorry for today. Okay, you don't actually need to attend this because you're not going to be taking this test. You can attend my next session, maybe, right? So anyway, yan. Tama na yung tama ning PowerPoint. I'm gonna go back to this later. So I want to start this session by giving you a diagnostic test. Okay, because marami ng mga videos. There are a lot of videos available about all about the IELTS test. Just go to YouTube, type nyo IELTS, writing task 1, letter writing. However, okay, how many videos have you watched, and how informative were they really? Were you able to retain the information that you found there? Did they really help you improve your skills? Okay, a lot of people think that when they watch something, they actually learn it, but you need to have proof. Kailangan may prueba. And the only way to fully grasp the lessons presented to you in a webinar is to actually do the task. So today, I want to start by doing that. I think it's good teaching practice. Okay, if you actually make the students work instead of doing everything for them. So what I want to do at the beginning of this webinar is to give you a task. Okay, so I prepared some typical IELTS questions here. These questions have come out in past exams. Okay, let me just resize them. Maybe 16 would be a good size. All right. So I have here, okay, one one formal letter and one informal and one personal letter. Okay, so share screen tayo. Yeah. So let me read the first one. It says here, okay, writing task 1. Dito po sa task, take a look at the top portion of your screen. You should spend about 20 minutes on this task. Yesterday, you lost your student identification card. Write to the Director of Student Services. In your letter, explain what happened, say what you need the card for, and request for a new card, or request a new card as soon as possible. You should write at least 150 words. You don't need to write your own address. Begin your letter as follows. Dear blank. You might see some sample tests online. Okay, ang nilalagay nila, dear sir or ma'am, they already put something there. But guys, for the recent IELTS test, expect it to be dear blank because that's part of the test. They're trying to see, okay, if your language skills are good enough to know what to put in that blank. So, sinadya po yan. That's on purpose, dear blank. Okay, so this is an example of a formal letter or formal letter task. Okay, and then at the bottom, sabi niya dito, you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. A friend of yours is thinking of going on a camping holiday for the first time this summer. He or she has asked you for advice. So write a letter to your friend. In your letter, explain why you think your friend would enjoy a camping holiday. Describe some possible disadvantages. Say whether you would like to go camping with your friend this summer. Write at least 150 words. Okay, and you do not need to write any addresses. Begin your letter as follows, dear blank. So I want you to get a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, pwede ring ball pen, but a pencil would be much better. Okay, because you can erase it. So get a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, please type ready. Kung prepared na po kayo, type ready in the chat box. So yes, I'm gonna ask you to write. Okay, while we're waiting for the others, I'll ask you to write, to choose one of these tasks, and then I'm gonna give you 20 minutes to write your letter, and then I'm gonna write samples for both tasks. I'm gonna write it for you on the spot, and I'll be answering your questions on the spot also. Okay, to demonstrate to you how to do it effectively. Okay, so don't worry, hindi lang kayo magsusulat. You're not the only ones who are gonna write. Okay, we're both gonna write. I'm gonna write with you. Okay? Sige po. Piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, some of you might be thinking just to sit down, just to sit tight for 20 minutes and do nothing. Guys, if you really want to pass this test, then you're gonna do everything that you can do. Okay, so this is a rare opportunity for you because you usually cannot find enough time to do these tasks, diba? So nandito na rin lang kayo, might as well do it. Okay, so that this session will be very, very productive para talagang mapakinabangan ninyo to. Okay, ready? Please type ready in your chat box if you're ready to proceed. All right, thank you, Paula. Let's just wait for a few more of your classmates. Baka nagkakalkal pa sila. Okay, sharpen your pencils, guys. All right, Kayor, don't write on my screen. Let's remove that. Yeah, there you go. Ready, guys? Mhm. Oh, just out of curiosity, how many people do we have on social media? Do you have any updates? Oh, that's a good number. All right, are the people on social media ready? So that I can begin para sulit po yung oras natin. Okay, receiving messages. All right. Okay, I think people on FB are ready. So let's begin na po. So, you see my screen. Okay, pili po kayo ng isa. Please choose one. Okay. Yes, mas maganda kung gagawin ninyo so that you can compare your output with my answer later. All right. And I'm gonna give you 20 minutes. Don't worry, I'll show you the timer also. So let me do that now. Okay. Set the timer for 20 minutes. There you go. Okay. Do you see the timer, guys? Visible naman on your screen? Yeah. All right. So you don't need to do both. Malinaw, no? Just to be clear, you don't need to do both. Just choose one. Okay. It's only 20 minutes. And afterwards, I will write model answers for you for both of them. Remember, these are actual test questions. So it's possible that you will get this on test day. So mas maganda pag practicean nyo na ngayon. The more questions that you encounter and the more questions you work on, the better your chances of passing. Okay, so we will begin. You have 20 minutes. If you have questions, I'll just be monitoring here. You can type your questions in the chat box, or you can also just yeah, turn on your mics if you want to and ask me directly. All right. And for those who are driving, of course, don't. Huwag kayong magsulat. No, that's dangerous. Okay. So thank you very much. I will be monitoring. You have 20 minutes. Okay, guys, you have around 9 minutes remaining. So you should be at least halfway through. Sige po, ah. So 150 words minimum. Make sure you reach it. You have just over 4 minutes remaining. So by this time, some of you will be finished. So please check your spelling. please look for simple grammar errors. Okay, and the others who aren't done, hopefully you're on your last paragraph. Okay, you have less than 4 minutes remaining now. You have less than 90 seconds remaining, so please finish up. Finalize your work so that we can start looking at samples. One minute left. Just one more minute. Five seconds. And you may now stop writing. All right. So I hope you enjoyed I hope you enjoyed that experience. Okay. So what do you need to do to get a higher score? Okay. By the way, my tips here, they apply to both, no, for the paper-based test and the computer-delivered test. All right. So, but if you have specific questions about, whether it's for computer-based or paper-based, magtanong lang po kayo. I'll be glad to answer them. Okay, the first thing that you need to ask yourself is, okay, first question, is your writing legible? Okay, because remember, it will be another person checking your paper. Okay, and they're not gonna check it in the Philippines. They're gonna check it in another country, usually the UK. Okay, so will that person, okay, especially those taking the paper-based test, will they understand your handwriting. My advice is don't give them a hard time. Okay, don't make it difficult for them. As much as possible, your handwriting should be legible. Guys, you can use cursive handwriting, connected writing, connected script sa English. Okay, dugtong-dugtong in Tagalog, in tayid-tayid in Kapampangan. Okay, if there are Kapampangans here, tayid-tayid. You can write in cursive if you want, although wala namang plus points, it's faster. Okay, you can also use print as long as you show uppercase and lowercase letters. I hope wala pong nag all caps or full block. Did anyone use all capital letters? Naku, you should avoid that. Okay, well, if you're really comfortable with that and you don't have any other choice, and you're only targeting a low score, kunwari, you're only targeting like 5.5 or lower. Sige, okay, fine. You write in all caps, you write in block letters. But if you want a higher score, 6 or more, my advice is show the examiners that you know how to use uppercase and lowercase letters. So, is your handwriting legible? Will they be able to understand it without much effort? That's the first thing you need to look at. Congratulations for those who are taking the computer delivered test, because legibility is not an issue. Okay, they'll always be able to understand what's written because it's typewritten basically. Okay, next question. How many paragraphs were you able to write? Okay, so did you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, for those who participated in the task, may I know, please, can you type your answers in the chat box? So how many paragraphs were you able to write? You can send it as a personal message kung nahiya kayo. Although I don't know why. Okay. All right. Some of you wrote like 3. Okay, sir. I suggest dagdagan mo ng isa. Make it 4. Okay. Another one wrote 4. Okay. That's I think sino to? Okay, 4 paragraphs for K. Right. Another one, right? Okay. We have a lot of people who wrote 4. Oh, one of you wrote 6. That might be too much. Okay, so ideally, you should be writing 4 to 5 paragraphs. Okay, 4 to 5 paragraphs would be our target. 3, masyadong konti yan. Okay, and 6. If you wrote 6, you might be exceeding 200 words already. Okay, and it's not actually ideal to write too much because it doesn't because it doesn't give you any plus points. Wala namang plus points yan eh. So does it make sense to write 200 words or 210? No. They're only asking you for 150. So okay na yung if you're able to write 160 or 170, that would be excellent already. 180 pwede pa, pero 190, 200? Why? Does it make sense to do that? Not really. So wag na lang po. Okay? It has to be as much as possible, within the word limit. So, and it will help you to know how many paragraphs to write. 4 or 5 would be perfect. Personally, I usually use 4. You're going to see it because I'm going to share some sample letters. Well, actually, I'm going to write some letters for you on the spot. Okay. Next, how about the word count? Okay. How many words were you able to write? Okay. Did you, kasi that's a major requirement of the test. They told you to write 150 words. So you need to do it. Otherwise, you're going to receive a penalty. Okay. So did you write 140? Not good, sayang. One more sentence, okay na sana. Did you write 100? Oh, that's bad because you're going to get only 100 words. 100 or less, you're going to get a big deduction to your score. Okay. Did you write 160? Okay, very good. 170, very good. 180, all right. Did you write 200? Nah, not good. So 164, all right. Another one says 142. Oh, sayang oh. 8 words lang. That's another thing. How would you know that you reached the word count? Tulad nito. Another one wrote 148. Just 2 words. Okay, you know what? I would tell you, dapat nagbilang kayo. Okay, you should have counted, sir, I don't have time. Idadagdag ko pa yan sa oras ko. Well, Just think of it like this. The examiners count. Okay, examiners, well, two of them, because two examiners will be checking your test papers. You know that, right? So two examiners will be checking your test paper. Okay, if you want proof, okay, I'll show it to you. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you uh, the answer sheet for the test. Okay, it's opening. Okay, answer sheet. Here you go. So guys, here is the answer sheet. Yeah. Okay, how did I know that two people will be checking your papers? Yeah, because it's there on the answer sheet. So this is the back page of your answer sheet. Yeah, and it says there, yan sa baba. Okay, I hope you can see it. Yan po. Right? It says examiner 2 and examiner 1. So two people will be checking your papers. Right? Examiner 2 and examiner 1. And yes, they will count how many words you were able to write. In fact, they dedicated like 3 boxes just for the word count. Ito po, you can see it here. It says under length, number of words, penalty. First of all, they will write how many words you were able to write. Kunwari, 141. Okay? That's under length. Ilan yung kulang nyo? You're missing 9 words. Of course, you will receive a penalty. The penalty for this is -1 for task achievement. Of course, they will not give you a deduction for the whole score. That's unfair. The deductions, okay, for being under length will be given in task achievement only. Okay? Task achievement lang. Ito. There you go. Ilang percent ng score ninyo on task achievement? It's 25%. So malaki pa rin siya. Okay? Depending on the number of words missing, you can receive a -1, a -2, or a -3 penalty. So, ang advice ko talaga, make sure that you write at least 150. Targetin nyo, 155, 160, that would be good. It's not that hard when it comes to letters naman. Okay? So, how many words did you write? So, sana po nakuha ninyo. Yes. Congrats to those who exceeded 100 and 150. That's good. Okay? So, next. Are the parts of your letter complete? Okay, since it's a letter, you need to have a salutation. Did you write dear there? At the top of your letter, there should be dear something there. Okay, so dear Gabby, dear Joel, dear Michael for your friends. Okay, for somebody you don't know, dear sir or madam. Okay, there's a question here. It says, hi sir, is it okay to write all capital letters? I think I answered this earlier, but let me just repeat that one. Kung mababa lang ang target nyo, if you're only targeting 5 lower or 5.5 and lower, and you're really comfortable with capital letters, kung yun talaga yung nakasanayan nyo, mababa lang target nyo, you know what? Go ahead. It won't affect your score that much anyway. Okay, however, for those of you who are going to Canada and you're targeting, band 6.5 or more for your writing, you better show the examiner that you know how to use uppercase, capital, uppercase, and non-capital or lowercase letters. Because, sa totoo lang, we have rules in grammar that deal with those, di ba? May rules yan sa grammar. So if you want to get a high score in grammar, you better show them that you know how to do it properly. Madali lang naman yan, di ba? The beginning of each sentence should be capitalized. What else? When you're writing proper nouns, okay, specific names of people, places, and things, titles, they should be capitalized. Okay, so yun yung sagot ko, sir. It depends on your target score. Depende rin sa nakasanayan nyo. If you know how to write using uppercase and lowercase, edi mas maganda. Okay, kasi when you're using all caps all the time, it's like you're shouting. And you're not supposed to shout. Okay, thank you for the questions, sir. Keep them coming. I appreciate the questions. Gustong-gusto ko nga yan eh. So, going back to our answer sheet. Okay, so, kompleto ba yung parts? Do you have the salutation, yung dear? Okay, I hope you have it. And then, of course, you write the letter itself. So that should be 4 or 5 paragraphs. And then at the end, you should have the closing, the complementary clause. Okay. And you know what? Dalawa lang yung sinasuggest ko. I only suggest, okay, two closings, two complementary clauses. The first one, if it's a formal letter, I suggest that you write yours sincerely. I don't even suggest sincerely yours. Isa lang yan. Yours sincerely. Are there other ways to write your complementary clause? Yeah, of course. However, it doesn't add anything to your score if you're fancy about it. No. Kahit na ang galingan nyo yung complementary clause nyo, that's not where they grade it. No? They grade your letter by looking at what you wrote in the body paragraphs. Okay, yours truly, okay, pwede naman, pero don't obsess too much on the things that are not important. I get this all the time. I've been teaching letter writing for what, since 2010. Okay, so it's been 11 years. Because in the first 5 years of my teaching, hindi ako nagtuturo ng writing, speaking, reading lang. Okay, but I started in 2010, and candidates have a tendency to obsess on the little things that are not important. Guys, hindi importante yan. Just write yours sincerely. Okay na kayo. Okay, dadagdag nyo na lang sa iniisip nyo, hindi naman kailangan. Okay, so for formal letters, just stick to yours sincerely because it's easy to use. It's quite generic. Okay, and the other closings, you cannot use them. You cannot use them for all situations. For example, yours faithfully. So you're expressing being faithful. Are you writing to your wife or to your girlfriend? Or are you expressing loyalty to your boss? Are you reassuring them, boss, I'm not working for another company, don't worry. Okay. Yours faithfully can be a bit tricky to use because it requires certain situations. So why why waste time on those things that are not important? Just stick to yours sincerely. Okay. Of course, if you want to use that, wala namang problema because it depends on the letter. So maybe ask your teacher, show them your letter and then, sir, look at this letter. Can I use yours faithfully here? Yours truly? Yeah. Your teacher will tell you. However, my general advice, it's a waste of time. Don't obsess too much over it. Obsess over your subject verb agreement. Yeah, obsess over your tenses. Obsess over how realistic your letter is or how realistic your language is. How realistic the situations are in your letter. Ito, maliit na bagay lang yan. Okay? And then for personal letters like the second one, when you're writing to a friend, okay, safest way to finish it is just to say, warm regards. Or regards, kaso medyo dry. Warm regards sounds better. You can say warmest regards, best regards. Regards is like kumusta or mabuhay. Okay, again, you don't need to be fancy about it because it doesn't affect your score that much. Okay, when will it really affect your score in a major way? Kapag nawala siya, if you forget to write that complementary clause and then your name at the bottom, it will affect your score, definitely, because you're supposed to write a letter. Hindi siya mukhang letter kung wala yung mga yan. Okay, so you just need to write something. Okay, again, don't obsess over it. Just use your sincerely, warm regards. Okay na kayo. All right, question. Did you write your full name or just your nickname or first name at the bottom at the end of your letter? Nag-full name ba kayo? Or just the nickname? Oh, okay, very smart, sir. Okay. So somebody answered. Ang galing, ang galing. Okay, somebody answered. Okay, I will reveal. Sino to? Oh, cannot see the name. Oh, di ko makita yung pangalan. Oh, IFNG lang pala. So IFNG answered, it depends on the letter. Very good. Okay. That was a trick question. If you're writing a formal letter like the first one, the first one that I gave you, then of course you need to write your full name. Okay, but if you're writing to a friend, talaga, are you gonna put your full name? Warm regards, Lee J. De Jesus. Oh, that doesn't sound natural, di ba? When you're writing to a family member or a friend, okay, or you're writing to a coworker, but it's a personal letter, not a work letter, okay? Or actually, even for work letters, since you know each other, then you can just write your first name or your nickname. But for people you don't know, and for most formal letters, kailangan full name. Thank you. Very smart, IFNG. Okay, you got it. That was a trick question. Uh, Next, do you need to write the date at the top of the letter? Di ba? Ganun yung normal letters. You put the date there. For purposes of the time limit, okay, you don't need to. Hindi kailangan. Okay, no need to write the date. And then usually you also write the name of the addressee, the person receiving it, receiving the letter at the top, di ba, on the left side. You don't need to do that for the IELTS test so that you can save time because they just want to see the main letter. They just want to see the kind of language that you're gonna use there. So okay lang yan. Huwag tayo masyadong obsessive dyan. Okay? Next question. Okay? There are usually 3 bullet points, right? Well, not usually. There are always 3 bullet points for each letter. For instance, the one here, the first one says, explain what happened, say what you need the card for, request a new card as soon as possible. The second one, the personal letter at the bottom, it says, explain, describe, tapos say whether. Tanong, were you able to address all 3 sufficiently? Nasagot nyo ba talaga sila? Yes? I'm gonna ask you again, are you sure? Because these are the things that you need to fulfill because these are the tasks. Sometimes, and I've encountered a lot of students who are like this, sometimes people think that they've answered, okay, that they've done what's needed. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi pala nila nagawa. Because if you only wrote like, let's say for the first one, explain what happened, how many sentences did you dedicate for that? If you only wrote one sentence for it, then you know what? It's not enough. The second task, sabi niya, say what you need the card for. How many sentences did you write regarding that? One sentence? Then you might not get, the score that you're hoping for. Okay? My advice is for each one of these bullet points, write at least 2 sentences man lang. It's better if you write 3 or 4, but the minimum is 2. Never just write 1 sentence because you want to show the examiner that you were able to do all of these tasks. Common sense naman, di ba? It really surprises me because I've checked a few letters in the past few years, where the candidate only answered one of the bullet points, and then the rest of the letter talked about something else. Guys, you don't need to. Tinanong ko siya, sir, why did you talk about this one? Hindi naman sinabi na uh, they didn't tell you to discuss this topic. Sabi niya, sir, kasi baka hindi umabot. I might not be able to reach 150 words. Okay, you should write more. You should reach 150 words, but you do that by elaborating on the 3 bullet points. So, tatanungin ko ulit kayo, nagawa niyo ba? Are you able to do it? It might be hard. It might be hard if you're the one judging your own work because we are blind to our own fault. So it's better if you have a friend, a family member there, or a classmate, or maybe to your co-members here in IFNG. I think it would be better if you show it to them and then ask them, Besh, nagawa ko ba ang pinapagawa? Okay? So isipin nyo, nagawa nyo ba ng tama? Okay, maybe ask other people. Very, very important. Okay, now, okay, since we go to the more exciting part, I want to write sample letters for you so that you have a model to follow, and maybe you have something to compare your work with. Okay, so igagawa ko po kayo, and if you want, you can take a screenshot. Okay, after we're done. And what else do you need to know? Oh yeah, and just to be clear, I'm not claiming that my output would be the only acceptable output for this one. Remember, writing, it's creative. There's so many ways to write. Okay, marami namang paraan para magsulat. What I'm providing is just a model, hopefully something that you can use. All right, so I'm just gonna put them side by side. But who knows? Yours might be nice also. Okay, so paano natin malalaman? Have it checked. Have it checked. Okay, let me just format our text box here. Okay, let's make it. Right, there you go. So the question, just like in the computer delivered test, the question is on the left. Okay, the question and the task, and then our output will be on the right side. Kung di niyo po makita, kung di niyo po makita, please inform me through the chat so I can make adjustments. If the lettering is too small, okay, please tell me, and I'm more than willing to make adjustments to that one. Okay, let's use some bigger lettering siguro. How about the font 12? Okay. Do you see what I'm typing in the box? Is it readable? Kita naman po ba? Or is it too small? Okay, it's clear. If you want me to enlarge, just send a message. No problem. So, you should spend about 20 minutes on this task. Okay, yesterday, you lost your student identification card. Okay, write to the director of student services. So, is this letter formal or personal? I'll give you 3 seconds to think. 1, 2, 3. Yes, this letter is formal. Very good. So it's very important that you identify that first because the language, the vocabulary that you're gonna use and the length of the sentences kasi, okay, will depend whether the letter is formal, semi-formal, or personal. Okay, when letters are formal, of course, you use more academic words, more serious words. Formal sentences, formal communication also typically requires longer sentences, whereas personal letters, okay, you have more freedom when it comes to the vocabulary. If it's a personal letter, there are more words that you can use that are usually not allowed in the formal letters. Okay, what else? And usually, kapag personal communication lang yan, you're allowed to use shorter sentences. Okay, so you have a lot more freedom, but this is formal. Do we need to write, the addressee here at the top? Usually we do in real letters, but for this one, hindi kailangan. Do we need to write the date today? Okay, like 28 August, kailangan ba yan? 28 August 2021. Okay, not really. Okay, you can skip all of that because you're under time pressure. You start with the salutation. Now, it says here at the bottom, begin your letter as follows. Dear blank. And that is your first test. This is your chance to make a good impression on your examiner. Because if you put the wrong thing there, then bad impression na agad, and it ruins the overall tone of your letter. So what did you write? What did you write there? Sinulat niyo ba? Dear George? Or did you write dear sir? Did you write dear sir or madam? Sinulat niyo ba? Dear, okay, did you write to whom it may concern? Yeah, I see that in letters. To whom it may concern. Sinulat niyo lang ba? Dear sir? Or did you write something else like this? Baka naman sinulat niyo. Dear Mr. Davis. Yeah. So kumusta? Ano ang ginamit niyo? How did you open your letter? What did you put in your salutation? Dear Mr. George Davis. Okay, I'm gonna comment on each one of them. You shouldn't write Dear George. Okay, the first one. Why? Because you're not writing to a friend. You're not writing to a personal acquaintance. No. Diba? You're a student and you're writing to the director. So, the power dynamic is like this. Okay, higher yung sinusulatan nyo, you're lower on the social status, you're writing to somebody on the higher level. So, not dear George. Nah, not respectful. How about dear sir or madam? Do you think that's good? Personally, I don't recommend it. Why? Okay, because you should know at least the gender of the important people in your university or in your school. Guys, it's so easy now, okay, to find out the name of the director, the gender of the director. You can just go to the school website. There's probably a directory there. Or you pass by their office, their name will be on a plaque. It will be on the door of their, at the entrance of their office. So, dear sir or madam, at least man lang get to know the gender. Okay? How about to whom it may concern? No. Again, that's rude. You didn't even exert the effort to find out if it's a man or a woman. At least do some research. Okay? How about dear sir? Okay. If you wrote dear sir, it means that you are aware, okay, of their gender. Pero ako personally, mas gusto ko yung dear ma'am. Okay? I try to assume that everyone is a woman when I'm writing. Why? Because it might be a female, okay, checking your checking your letter, and it's what? It's good to make it's nice to make good impressions, diba? Pero the best one really is yan at the bottom. Dear Mr. Davis, you know what? Much better if you use their title. Instead of just saying, Dear Mr. Davis, why did you use their title? Ayan, Dear Director Davis, there. Diba? Because if you earned, the title as, kunwari, as a doctor, diba? You'd want people to use that. Okay, if you earn the title of professor, you'd want people to use that one. So just as a show of respect, since it's a formal letter, use their title, their honorific yung tawag dyan eh. So use their honorific, at least man lang their Mr. Better if it's director. Okay? And then their surname. You don't need to use their full name. Dear Director George Davis. Wag naman. Okay, Dear Director Davis, that's normal. Were you able to do that? Congratulations. And then I usually skip the whole letter and go directly to the closing. It's a formal letter, di ba? Lagay nyo na agad. Especially if you're doing the computer delivered test, you can do this. In fact, this is what I did. So, balik that. So it should be yours sincerely. There you go. And then, ano lalagay ko? Lila. Okay. Or do I put yours sincerely, student? No, hindi ka tutulungan yan. You didn't even identify yourself. It's better if you put your full name. So, Lee De Jesus. There you go. Yes. Thank you. Full name dapat yan. So at least we can get the beginning and the ending out of the way. Oh, bawas na yung problema natin. Now we only need to think about our middle paragraphs. Okay. So I advise you to use 4 or 5. Either way naman pwede yan. Oops, medyo maliit. Let's enlarge. Okay. So write at least 4. Okay. So how do you write your introduction? Advice, don't write a very long intro. Keep it short. Keep it simple. A lot of people start mentioning details in the introduction. Dude, it's an intro. Okay, details should be given in the body, not in the introduction. So relax lang tayo. Okay. So what would be a good way to start? Do I write, hello, how are you doing? Okay, long time no see. Is this appropriate for a formal letter? No. Usually, when you're writing a formal letter and you don't know the person you're writing to, kunwari, write a letter to the manager of the bank, write a letter to the manager of the store. Okay, you don't know that person, you don't know him or her personally, then you're just wasting time. Talaga, long time no see. You don't even know the person. If you want to greet, if it's somebody that you know, okay na. Hello, hi, good day. Good day. Oh yeah, greetings. If you want to be really, formal, okay, greetings and exclamation point. But that's it. If you want to greet, keep it very, very short. Long greetings are supposed to be for personal letters, not for formal letters. Okay, greetings, and then you introduce yourself so that they know kung importanteng letter mo. Okay, because these people are busy. Well, everyone's busy and time is gold, di ba? Okay? So, at the very beginning, you should introduce yourself and then state your purpose. That's it. That's the summary of your letter. Okay. So this is Lee. I'm just going to write Lee. Why? Because my full name can be found at the bottom already. Okay. But I'm going to give them some info about me. How am I connected to you? Para pansinin nila yung para pansinin nila yung letter ko. Kasi, it might be junk mail. It might be a spam. It might be a solicitation letter. So I need to tell them that, hey, I have this relationship with you. So you should pay attention to this letter. This is Lee. Okay, anong year ang gusto nyo? First year, second year, third year, or fourth year? Type it in the chat box. I keep on trying to make you participate, no? Oh, because I'm not taking the test. You are taking the test. Yan. Sir Edmond, yan, baka gusto mong sumagot. Paramdam ka. Fourth year, okay. Instead of saying fourth year, why don't you write senior? Or just like this wonderful suggestion here, you can say a graduating student. Why? You get a higher score for vocabulary or also known as lexical resource. So very good suggestions. Mas mataas kasi yung score. Oh, fourth year. Fourth year. That's a what? That's a band, I don't know, band 6? Okay, maybe a band 7 kung maganda yung sentence. But if you say a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, or a senior, hindi ba mas mataas yung level nun because that's specific vocabulary. If you say graduating student, isn't that better than fourth year? Kasi fourth year, 2 words. A graduating student, that's 3 words already. Mahaba pa. Okay, so very good suggestions. A graduating student. Okay, so tingnan yung letters nyo compared with this. A graduating student from the studied biology. Okay, College of Nursing. I was gonna say biology. So from the College of Nursing. Ay, mukhang magaganda yung sinulat nyo. Okay, from the College of Nursing. There you go. Now the director knows that he needs to pay attention kasi student ka and he's the director of student services. Now you've established your importance. Ganyan lang magsimula. Pattern lang yan. Okay? And then, the last sentence of your intro, you just state your purpose. Ba't ka sumulat? I am writing to demand your help. Talaga, may karapatan ka bang mag-demand? Is it their fault that you lost your student ID? Okay, be careful with your wordings. I'm writing to seek, bongga, seek assistance. Okay, somebody said I'm writing to inform you. This is also a very nice phrase, okay, but maybe something more direct. Okay, kasi kung sasabihin mo, writing to inform you that I lost my card and I require ganyan, kailangan mas direct to the point. Remember, you shouldn't spend more than 20 minutes on task 1 because mayroon pang task 2 and it's longer. And task 1 only gives you 33% of the score. Magsasayang ka lang ng oras. So, boom, direct to the point, direct to the point, direct to the point. Okay, I'm writing to seek assistance regarding, okay, my missing, then you can just say, student identification card. Okay? Identification card. Sir, yun din yung ginamit sa yan din yung ginamit sa tanong. Oh. It says, you lost your student identification card. Well, if you have something better, then you can try to replace that. Okay? Pwede bang ID? Pwede naman. You can say student ID like this. However, ID is counted as 1 word. Okay? Identification card is counted as 2 words. So it's actually more advantageous if you write the whole thing instead of just writing ID. So I want you to get a higher score. So bibigay ko yung pinakamaganda. Identification card. Okay? Please notice I didn't use words like wouldn't, shouldn't, couldn't, haven't, didn't. Okay? Because contractions ang tawag doon, no? Contractions should be used only for speaking. Okay, when you're writing an essay and when you're writing a formal letter, no contractions. So far, wala pa ako nagamit, no? Oh, I said I am writing instead of I'm writing. Okay, sir, how about in personal letters? Can we use I'm, wouldn't, shouldn't, couldn't, haven't, didn't, don't. Yes, because it's personal. So you can use less formal language, pero kapag formal letter, formal language. No contractions, please. Okay, and there's a message here. Let's take a look. My missing student identification card last week before my classmates and I went to the library to search for case studies. Okay, thank you for the suggestion, but you know what? This is the first paragraph. Don't write a long first paragraph. Saan ba nagano? Ano bang trabaho ng body? Okay, trabaho ng body paragraph, mag-discuss ng details. You should be using the body to discuss the details. Remember, the introduction is just a summary. So don't write this. Okay, maganda yung language. Oh? Before my classmates and I went to the library to search for case studies, but that should be in another paragraph. Where would I put that? Explain what happened. So probably in paragraph 2. Okay? So what to do now? Ako, personally, before I proceed, I count. Nagbibilang na agad ako. And then I write my word count on a separate piece of paper. If you want, you can also put it on the test paper, but make sure you erase it before you submit it. Otherwise, they will consider it part of your answer. So, favorite number, 24. First paragraph, 24. So, ilan na lang kailangan ko? 126. If you forget to count the first paragraph, okay lang. Okay, but please count at least man lang before you arrive at the last paragraph. Why? Counting will help prevent being under length, and it will help prevent writing something that's too long, because the more you write, the more mistakes, okay, the more mistakes you will make. Okay, sige, tignan natin yung iba. Here's a question from kapangalan ko, LJ. Pareho tayong pangalan. My name is Lee J. Sabi ni LJ, mukhang matalino tong si LJ. Do we need to place our name up there at the beginning of the letter if we're gonna place our name at the sign off? Well, yes, I did. Okay, so this is Lee, a graduating student. Please notice I didn't put my whole name there because my whole name is already there at the sign off. So always a good idea. Why? Instead of waiting, kasi if you don't put your name there or some indication of who you are, they're gonna need to go to the end of the letter and then go back to the beginning. You make it as convenient as possible to the person reading it. So you know what? It's not a requirement, but if you place it there, it's gonna be easier to follow for the recipient of the letter. Okay, next. I'm writing this letter to request for your assistance. To request for your assistance. Okay lang. Okay, pero to seek assistance is higher band level, of course. Trying to give you the best one. Request for your assistance, that's gonna be a bit lower on the band scale. Okay, thank you for the questions. Keep them coming. Tanong lang kayo. So I'm gonna skip a space. Make sure nakita yung space, ha? Okay. Sir, can I just indent? Pwede naman. Indentation is optional. If you want to indent, go ahead, do it. If you don't want to, okay lang. Ang importante, may space. Okay? Nagtitipid ba kayo? Huwag niyong tipirin yung space. You know, white spaces are very important when it comes to publications. Importante. Kaya they say na 1 inch dito, 1 inch doon. Okay, a space in between paragraphs, because otherwise it would be painful to the eyes. So space na lang. You want to indent? Go ahead. Walang problema. You can do that if you want. So explain what happened. I told you don't write one sentence for these bullet points. Okay? You should write at least 2. Mas maganda if you can write 3 or 4. Although 4 might be too much in this case. So minimum 2. So what happened? Okay? Question. What kind of information should you include here? So what happened? Maybe you can write it down on your test paper and make notes before you actually write. So what happened? What, where, when, why, who, how. These are the basic questions that you need to ask yourself. Okay? Yes. No problem, LJ. So, nag-include ba kayo ng dates? Did you include locations? Okay? Tapos, look at your letter. Are you very sure where you lost it? Okay? Ako kasi, I wouldn't make it sound like I'm sure where I lost it because, edi syempre, kung alam ko, edi nahanap ko na, I would have found it by now. So I would be using words like maybe, okay? I'd be using words like, I'm not really sure about this, or I think it might be, mga ganong klaseng lengguwahe. Again, because, yeah, probably that's good language. Why? Kasi nga, if you know where you lost it, why haven't you found it yet? Okay? So magbibigay ka lang ng leads pero wala kang information. That's why you're asking for help. So let me use some of your suggestions from the chat box. Somebody said going to the library. Okay, library. So we can say okay, last, oops. Okay, so last Tuesday or last week or a few days ago, it's up to you. Okay, a few days ago, okay, I stayed the whole day, okay, in the library, okay, researching. I stayed the whole day in the library to finish okay, some research. Okay na yan, hindi naman kailangan detalyado. Okay, tapos ano nangyari? Okay, so when I was about to check out some reference books, imbis na books, you can actually say reference books or reference materials, reference books. Okay, I could not, imbis na couldn't, okay, I could not locate my, okay, could not locate my ID. So I went back to look for it or to search for it. To look for it. Okay, to look for it. Unfortunately, okay, it was nowhere to be found. Okay, that's a common construction, no? It was nowhere to be found. And that's it. So how many sentences did I write? 1, 2, 3. So I wrote 3 sentences and then tingnan natin yung word count. Is the word count good? This is, okay, that's pretty good. It's 46. Okay, next. Next paragraph would be, say what you need the card for. Okay. Medyo i-connect ko siya actually. I'm gonna connect it to the previous one para maganda yung flow, yung transition niya. Okay. I am, yeah. I do not know exactly. I do not know. Oops, sorry. I do not know exactly where I dropped it, but I am sure that it's in the library, that it is in the library because, okay, I cannot enter without swiping it. Enter without swiping it. Dahil high-tech na tayo. Di ba? No more guards. Just swipe your ID and then the gate will open. Okay. I cannot enter without, because swiping it on the entrance terminal. Oh, nice. Entrance terminal. Let me reduce the size of this font so you can all read it. Yeah, and I hope it's still readable. It's a bit small now. Swiping it at, not on really, sorry. Swiping it at the entrance terminal. Okay, and then continue ko. So I need it. You lost, but it mentioned in topic you lost it on. Oh, was it yesterday? Oh, that's yesterday. Sorry, I didn't see. May nakaharang dito. So let's write yesterday. Thank you for the assistance. Yeah, yesterday. So how many words? 43. Okay pa rin siya. So I already mentioned that I need the identification card to be able to enter the library, di ba? Now, I need to mention a little bit more. Kasi nga dapat at least 2 sentences, maybe 3, maybe 4. Okay? Now, I cannot even borrow materials because of the loss. Okay, and as you know, the ID is also important because we use it to get discounts from establishments uh, near our college. There you go, 3 sentences. Nasabi ko yung mga uses nung identification card. Okay. Now you count. So 3 sentences, and this is 60, right? That's 60. There you go. So let's do some addition. No, 60 plus 43 is 100 and, tama ba ako? 103, right? Plus 24 is 127. So how many more words do we need? 127. So 23 na lang. So let's make it 30 or 40 or 50. Okay, pero wag naman don't exceed 200, no? Not a good idea because you still have task 2. So let's finish it quickly. Third one is request a new card as soon as possible. Okay. So so I would like to formally request for a replacement. I'd like to formally request for a replacement. And then guys, pwede kayo magtanong, by the way. Okay. Would you be requiring any would you be requiring any document, okay, to process this request? I'd like to formally request for replacement. Would you require any document to process this request? Tanggalin na natin yung request because I already used it in a previous sentence. So to process this, okay, and then I would be grateful if I can get a new one as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Okay, and then tapusin na natin siya. Okay, if you need to reach me, okay, my number. So I'm putting my number here. Why? Because I want to make everything easy for the person I'm writing to, because otherwise they would need to access my name on the computer, look at my student records, okay, find out my number, my email. Baka matagalan sila. It might take them a long time to help me. But if I already provide this information, mas mapapabilis yung proseso and it will be to my benefit. So dapat, when you think of these letters that you're writing, okay, you should be smart about it. Okay, you should be realistic about it. Okay, and use language that will facilitate, okay, things to your benefit, right? So if you need to reach me, my number is, and then write a fake number there. And then of course, always be grateful, always be thankful, right? Thank you very much for the help, and I hope to hear from you soon. Yours sincerely, ayun na po, tapos na siya, Lee de Jesus. Now, I only needed like 23 words. Okay? Meron bang 23 to? I'm pretty sure because it looks as long as the previous paragraph. In fact, we're able to write again another 60 words here. So let's do the math. 60, 60, 120 plus 43, that's 163 plus 24, 187. Perfect length. Not too short, not too long. Is this realistic? Yeah, I've written something like this when I was in college. Madalas akong mawalan ng ID. That's what I know. But it wasn't this nice and this formal. It was a shorter letter. Okay. So, do you have any questions regarding the formal letter? May tanong po ba? Wala naman. Just if you have questions po, no, type it in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer it at any time. How about the next one? Let's work on this. Let's put it on the next page. Okay. Yes, you are allowed to take a screenshot. Walang problema. I don't mind. Okay. Go ahead if you want to screenshot it so you have a model to follow. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Okay. So bibilisan ko ng konti na because it's 10:31 and we want to finish early. Oops. Start. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. Magic. So there you go. Okay. Again, if it's not readable, please tell me so I can make adjustments. So obviously, this is a personal letter. Sabi niya, a friend of yours is thinking of going on a camping holiday for the first time this summer. He or she has asked for advice. I've seen people write he, she in their letter. Okay, guys, don't don't do that because before you write your letter, okay, you should have decided on the gender of the person that you're writing to. It's up to you. You have the power to choose that. You should also have decided on their names and on the other details. You think of those even before writing, okay, not during the writing. Yes, my plugging dito, you may rewatch this video on our YouTube channel and on our FB page. All right, of course, for those who are busy. Okay, so you use pretty much the same pattern. Okay, but with some minor modifications, no? So you always start with dear. So I hope nobody wrote dear sir or ma'am because you're writing to a friend. I hope nobody wrote dear sir, dear ma'am, to whom it may concern, dear sir or madam. Sana po wala naman nagsulat ng ganun because it's a friend. Just use their nickname. Okay, sino ba magandang nickname? Dear Jeng Jeng. Okay, that's a nice one. Dear Jeng. Parang Jenga. Okay, let's use Jeng. Dear Jeng. Siguro Jennifer pangalan nito. And then I'm gonna skip and go ahead to the closing. So warm regards. Yeah. You only need to capitalize the first one. Okay? Warm regards, W lang. Yours sincerely, yung letter Y lang ng yours. Okay? You don't need to capitalize both. A lot of people do that. They capitalize everything in the closing, complementary clause. Hindi kailangan. Okay? They capitalize everything in the sign-off. Hindi kailangan, just the first letter. Okay? What do you write? Your nickname. Dear Jeng, from Jong. Okay? Or Jong Jong. Yan. Ayos, Jeng Jeng and Jong Jong. Again, you just write around four or maybe 5 paragraphs. Okay, what else do you need to remember? Put some spaces in between paragraphs. That's important. Okay, and of course, the introduction should not be too detailed. Kaya nga introduction eh. Okay, if your introduction is like this, and then your paragraph 2 is like this, then there's something wrong with your letter. Dapat maikli, dapat ganito. This is what it should look like. Okay, not like that, like this, right? So since this is your friend, okay, you greet them. So is this a good greeting? Palagay nyo, yes or no? Yan, sinulat ko, greetings, exclamation point. Is that a good opening for a personal letter? Yes, it's not. Okay, so what do you suggest? Okay, you greet them in such a way that it shows past interaction or past connection. Show the examiner that you're really writing to a friend, that this is somebody that you know. At huwag niyong titipirin yung greetings ninyo. Wag. Just go ahead and use all the greetings that you want. So, dear Jeng, hey, okay. How are you? How are you doing? Okay, ano ba yung topic natin dito? Sorry. A friend of yours is thinking of going on a camping holiday for the first time. First time niya this summer. And nag-usap kayo and she has asked for your advice. Okay, I see. Hey, how are you doing? I hope that that everything is I hope that everything's great. Okay. By the way, you can start doing this because it's a personal letter or yung mga shortcut na ganyan. Hey, how are you doing? I hope that everything's great. Okay, and they're in Magalang, okay, or they're in Vancouver. Okay, great in the new house. And oh, so you actually know that your friend just recently transferred to a new house. Nice. Maganda yan. Research shows that these kinds of openings, they tend to receive higher scores from examiners. Yung mga may personal details na ganyan, mga personal connections. Okay, so try to do that, please. Kunwari, kilala mo yung family. Oh, how are your parents? I hope Uncle Mio is doing great. Okay. So hi, how are you doing? I hope that everything's great in your house. And then, just like the formal letter, you need to state your purpose. If there's something that's similar to both formal and personal letters, you need to state your purpose or your objective right at the beginning. Okay, so I'm writing to give you, yeah, some okay. So I'm writing to answer some of your questions, some of your questions, and give you some advice of my own. Some advice of my own. Do you need to mention camping? Well, if you want to, pwede nyo ring skip kasi the two of you have a past interaction. You probably know what the other is talking about. Okay, but if you want to be safe, sige. Regarding regarding the camping holiday. Camping holiday. Ayan po. It's that simple. So we were able to write what 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences and then do the word count. Don't skip it. Okay, that's already 34. It's longer. Oh, introductions for personal letters tend to be longer than the formal letter. Kasi pag formal, direct to the point, okay, you don't need to greet. But in personal letters, you include a lot of greetings, maybe 2 or 3 greetings, 2 or 3 sentences yan. Next paragraph, explain why you think your friend would enjoy a camping holiday. Ilang sentences nga ulit, bawal lang 1. Dapat 2 or 3. Okay? So, explain why you think your friend would enjoy. Okay, I know that you are excited. I know that you're, gawin natin your. I know that you're excited. Remember, you can only use these contractions in personal letters. Okay, you avoid them for writing task 2 and for formal letters. I know that you're excited, and I think, okay, you picked and I think you picked a great spot, a great camping spot in Yosemite. Hindi yan Yosemite, no? Okay, it's actually oops, mali yung ano natin, maling spelling natin. Hindi yan Yosemite. Okay, I know a lot of people who read it as Yosemite. I'm including including myself. Okay, so it's always good to consult the dictionary. So it's ano pala, Yosemite National Park. Okay, in Yosemite, okay, it's okay, it's challenging enough. Okay, for most campers, but it's also safe for beginners. Yeah, so maganda yung level of safety. I think this is great. It also has a great view of what? A great view of the mountains, of the rivers, kung ano man yung makikita nyo sa sa mga camping grounds. Okay, that's a great view of the, I don't know, of the lake. Just guessing. So tapos na tayo. Why your friend would enjoy a camping holiday. Next, describe some of the possible disadvantages. Guys, please avoid just copying the words from the question. So please don't, I hope for those who chose this one, I hope you didn't write disadvantages, no? Okay, you can write words like possible problems, possible what drawbacks, ano ba, mga negative, yan, you can use those words. You can use words like problems or issues, challenges, but please avoid using disadvantage so that you get a higher score for vocabulary. Okay, ilang sentences ulit? 2 to 3 sentences. Okay, I do have to warn you though. I do have to warn you though. Okay. Semicolon. Okay, remember I discussed this 2 weeks ago how to use the semicolon. The semicolon is used to connect, not to separate. You use a semicolon if the first sentence is directly connected to the second part. Okay, I have to warn you though. Okay, there are many mosquitoes. Okay, in that place. This time of the year. So bring some ano ba, repellent. So bring some repellent and a mosquito net. Uso ba yung mosquito net sa abroad? Hindi siguro inappropriate clothing. Yeah, it means long sleeve clothing. So that's one sentence. Let's write another one. Ano ba bang posibleng disadvantage dito? Did you know this? I didn't use the word disadvantage, no? Okay, I didn't even use words like, even synonyms, wala akong ginamit eh. I approach it totally in a totally different way. Okay. So bring some repellent and appropriate clothing. Okay, in addition, ano pang pwede nating sabihin dito? Huwag naman masyadong madami because if I put too many disadvantages there, they might be discouraged from doing it. What our purpose here is, to tell them that they're gonna enjoy it. So maybe still on the mosquitoes. Appropriate clothing. Okay. Ayan. Knowing how to build a smoky campfire would also help drive these pests. Instead of mosquitoes, I paraphrase to drive these pests away. So I'll visit. I'll give you a call, or I'll send you some info how to do this. Okay, instead of writing information, I wrote info. Okay lang ba yun? Shouldn't I write information? If it's a formal letter, kailangan information. However, okay, for this type of letter, it's only personal. You can be less formal. Tsaka, if you use too many academic, very formal words, then it wouldn't sound like a personal letter anymore. So go ahead, you can use this kind of language. Send you some info on how to do this. Okay na? Anong kulang? Forgot to count, right? So, paragraph 2 is 37. Okay? And paragraph 3 is 49. So, why am I counting now? Okay? So that I know, okay, how much effort to exert in writing my last paragraph. Do I still need a long paragraph or pwede ko na lang madaliin? Counting is a very good practice. Some people think it's a waste of time, but it's not. It's an investment of your time. It can guarantee that you will get a higher score otherwise. Okay. 34 plus 37, that's 71. 71 plus 49 is, ilan po yun? 130. All right. So ilan na lang kailangan natin? We just need 20 words. So even if you just write 2 or 3 sentences for your final paragraph, okay na tayo doon. Okay, so that's my target, 2 or 3 sentences. See, told you. So say whether you would like to go camping with your friend this summer. will I go with my friend or not? Well, I told him that I'll send some info on how to do this. Kahit ano, you can say yes, you can say no. That would be fine. As for myself, I would say, okay, some great news. Okay, I will be able to, I'll be able to join you by the, and yes, you can use exclamation points, okay? So some great news, I'll be able to join you by the second day, okay? My boss, okay? My boss needs me, needs me only until, uh, until August, ano ba magandang date? Until August 30. So I'll be there. Gawin natin ano, August 28. Okay. My boss only needs me only until only until August 28. So I'll be there, okay, by the afternoon of the 29th. Yan, I also being August 29. 29th is okay. Okay, so tapusin na natin. So bro, okay, pack your stuff. Pack your stuff and see you there. Yeah, then closing now. Warm regards. So was I able to write 20 words? Ilan to? This is 41. So ano to, mga 17, yeah, mga 170 na. Okay, good enough. Assist si ano? Si Jeng Jeng? So sis, yan, babae pala si Jeng. So sista. Okay. So sis, pack your stuff and see you there. All right. That's gonna be at least a band 8, probably 8.5. Okay, I can't say 9, bawal sabihin. All right. So if you have any more questions, okay, please type it in the chat box. I'll send these documents to the moderators, to the admins of IFNG. So if you want, they can post it at the comment section of this video. All right. So to close things off, okay, maraming salamat po. I really enjoyed that. Okay, and I need to promote a little bit for those people who are looking for a center. You might want to consider us. I'm not telling you to automatically enroll here. Okay, what I'm telling people is compare, and then try to take a look at the teachers. Try to feel, okay, which one of them would be really be able to help you out. Try to see who's qualified. Okay, so why am I encouraging you to choose us? Because a self-review isn't enough for higher levels. We're very thankful to IFNG for providing all of these experts and information about the IELTS, but watching a video can only help you so much. Okay, if you're aiming for a higher score, then it needs to be a personal tutorial with with a good teacher. Okay, and you have access to our teachers. That's another one, because you actually choose the schedule and the time slot. Okay. We are only a small but very highly trusted company. You can call IDP and British Council and ask them about us. We have a very good reputation in the industry, although we have like less than 5 employees and we only have 2 centers. Okay. We don't use a factory approach. Our teaching is personalized. Actually, our group lectures, we just consider them a bonus. Okay, our main product talaga is the one-on-one review. Okay, because it's faster and we're able to pay more attention to the student. Okay, we provide daily guidance to our students. We have our own study page, and I've placed a ton of material there, especially for students only. Guys, I've been receiving requests, from some people wanting to join the WER IELTS study page, but I'm sorry, it's for enrolled students only. Anyway, IFNG has a lot of info for you naman po. Okay. Also, it's very flexible. You can attend classes Monday to Sunday. And again, just log into our website. You can choose which teacher you want to teach, you want to have tutorials with, and you can choose the time slot. And we don't make any dubious offers or false promises. Walang leakage or magic. It's just good teaching. Yun lang po yung sa amin. Okay, and we were awarded just a few weeks ago, number 1, okay, in our province, and number 3 nationwide, which was really, wow, that was a surprise for us. Thank you for the blessings. Okay, so if you enroll, you will receive, you're eligible for a 500 peso discount until September 12. Tawag lang po kayo sa managers natin, okay? You can enroll in a 1-month program, a 3-month program, or kung gusto niyo na speaking lang, writing lang, you can also avail of hourly tutorials. If you just want an hour with me or with other teachers, pwede rin po yun, walang problema. Okay, also some good news, I've written 3 books. Okay, a book on writing task 1 academic, writing task 1 GT, and a book of essay. Each one contains like approximately 40 letters, 40 essays, 40 reports written by yours truly. If you want to avail of it, instead na kayo mag-isip, may nakasulat na, memorize nyo na lang. Okay, just contact us and we will print this out together with answer sheets. We will bind it and we will send it to you wherever you are. For the pricing, contact our office managers, no? 0917-657-8606. It's there on the screen. This is our Facebook page. Send us a message if you have questions. And thank you for supporting this free class. Tapos na naman ang isang class with IFNG. Thank you very much for inviting me again. I really appreciate it. And nag-enjoy ako doon.
Thank you as always, Sir Lijay.
No
By
problem.
the way, Sir Jeff and Sir Marks are here as well. So
Oh,
on behalf of IFNG,
hello
Sir,
guys.
we'll just wait for your message on our GC. Thank you
Okay.
very much as always. So looking forward for another lecture with you.
All
Bye
right,
guys.
no
Thank
problem.
you. Bye.